Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new, hey, welcome. Welcome to Eye of the Oracle, where I talk about and do readings with cards. Duh. Where I'm a card slinger. I'm an oracle reader, I'm a card reader, I'm a tarot card reader, whatever you want to call it, I'm a reader. And so on my channel, I like to do streams where on various topics I'm going into you. And also one thing that I want to start doing on the channel is actually sharing ideas and sharing the way I do things. And I've been getting asked like, how do you do this? What's your approach on this? What do you think about that when it comes to these type of things? Not only am I a reader, I'm also a plethora of many other things. I'm also a life coach. I've been a life coach for the past like probably about 6 years or so, since like 2015. And I've always found the intricacy of coaching and card reading and how they go in hand. So there's a lot of philosophy, a lot of engaging, a lot of psychology, a lot of stuff that comes in with the imagery of card reading that I just love, and how it goes in with coaching and vice versa, where we might need some guidance in our coaching and how the imagery in card reading really does help with that. So without further ado, without going into what the channel's about, we're going to be going into how to connect with your deck. I've been asked a few times, Adam, how do you connect with your deck? Right, and there's a numerous ways, especially when you're going out to purchase them and then when you bring it home and you're about to use it for the first time. So I'm gonna go into a plethora of different ones and just like things that I've done, and I'm gonna be showing you a nice little like overview of what my decks look like and what this looks like. So this is kind of like what I have some of my decks in. I have, transparent tarot. I haven't found boxes for these yet, but this is kind of like what I want them to end up in, right? Excuse me. So that's kind of like what I want them to end up in. And yeah, the way I got these decks were all have their own different story, and I think that's really cool is that like they all have like different stories that we want to that we connect with them on, or where we found them, or what happened with them, right? So for instance, if you notice that some of them are in boxes, um I originally started putting them in boxes when I was a teenager, when I was younger. This box right here has one of my first decks, which is the original White Arrayed deck, right? And the white wrapping. And then there's a little mini deck right underneath that, right? And with that is a little quartz crystal inside the box. So I'm going to explain my idea on it. I didn't find it in any book. I didn't, read it anywhere. It's a composite of everything that I just know of how to treat something like this very sacred. and and how when you do, it helps create the connection a lot better. It helps, make it feel better. It just there's a resonance to it. There's a vibration to it. There's a resonance and an energy to it. Okay. So with that, yeah, let's get into it. Let me move my mic a little bit downer. Could do that. Cool. Sounds good. And then, no, I'm not leaving my camera like that. All right. So, and how we did this, and like for instance, let's get started. Say you're going to the magic shop or the metaphysical shop, right? And you're gonna buy a deck. How do you do it? Do you go straight like, okay, here's just my suggestion. How are you gonna do it, right? How are you gonna go across it? How are you gonna try to do this? So one of the times that I went in, and actually the deck that I got, the time that I went in and I got the good tarot, um, so somewhere along the line of my card reading story, I stopped reading. There was something that happened in my life where I stopped reading. I had to. Like there was this shame that I had about it. There was this feeling bad about it situation that happened to me when I was younger, when I was in my late teens. And even though I got another deck, like I think I got this deck when I was like 21 or so. Um, and I've had it ever since. I'm 36. Um, but even though I've had that deck and even the one underneath it since I was like 19 to 21, um, there was just something about that I put it away. There was something about me putting the reading away. I put it away. There was something I felt shameful about it. There's something that I couldn't do anything with it, right? It wasn't very respectable And so I put it away. And it was years later. It was actually during a time when I was going through my sober years, where I was sober for 3 years, and where I felt this want to reconnect to these abilities, thinking that and feeling that since my mind and heart is more clear because of no toxicity of substances, that the connection could be a lot more pure and purer and connected. So I knew I wanted to go out and get a deck, right? And so that's where I got the good tarot. And one of the first things that I did when I walked into the metaphysical shop was I went to the spot where they have crystals, okay, where they have like open quartz crystals, right? And I found one that felt good, okay? I found one that felt good, and I felt it, and my hand got warm, and I'm like, all right, this is the one. This is the little $2 crystal or $3 crystal, and it felt good, like because I went to the magic shop. I'm gonna support local businesses, right? I'm not just gonna buy one thing, and I got the crystal, and with the full intention to buy it, and it felt good. I'm gonna take this home too, and so walking over to the decks where they had the decks available, I started just looking at them and scanning them over, knowing that I wanted to have one. And as my hands are going over each deck, right, and holding each one and having my grasp on each one, I noticed the crystal, because I put the crystal in my receiving hand. I noticed like whatever energies was coming from the crystal, any warmth was coming from specific decks. And it wasn't until I actually grabbed the good tarot that I felt, ooh, and I grab it and it opens up to love, right? Right? That's fucking awesome. Unedited, people. Really, this is all my stuff is gonna be unedited. Other than adding on the commercial thing in the front, the intro in the front, I want my stuff to be all unedited and real and raw and uncut, right? So, like in grabbing the good tarot, it was that feeling. It was this nice, warm feeling, like not only from the deck, but the crystal in my hand started to get warm and activated. So right away, I knew that it was that one. I knew that it was that deck. And so that's kind of like what I want to share with you and how it could be for you when you're choosing your deck. Well, I get my decks online. Okay, look at the pictures. Look at the pictures if available. Look up the videos of people who's going through the decks giving reviews. I like to do reviews on the channel as well of decks that I get. Like for instance, this deck right here, one of my subscribers sent this deck to me, and I was so fucking awesome to review it. And now it's one of my primary decks that I use all the time because it's just infused with love. And so to get back to it, it's just like, you create them, not create them, but you create the connection to them and you connect with them. And that was my connection to the good tarot. And so the good tarot is always going to have that good infused feeling to figure something out, to know that it's filled with optimism and transfiguration, right? It's meant to show me the light, meant to show me the way out of something. It's meant to show me what to connect to when I was in my purest form, sobriety, when I was in my sobriety, right? That was a good part. That was a hard part of my life, a really big part of my life. But there was a pureness to it. There was a purity of actually experiencing everything for what it was during that time. Well, Adam, tell me about the box. Well, the box has come from this guy over here. I have kept the original Wide Array deck, Wanda, which is called Wanda now, in this box for almost, and it's traveled with me for almost way over 15 years already, right? And it's just always like kind of like showing a respect, giving the deck housing, other than keeping it in one of these. I just haven't found the right box that resonates with the deck. Like the box also has to resonate with the deck and what its vibe is like, right? So this felt perfect for the Wide Array deck. Nice little wicker one. This one I found at a thrift store, and it felt really good. Just kind of like the way the design is. It felt very good. It just felt very timeless and good, and the pattern just felt very maze-like, but good as well. And then well, there's this deck right here because there's something that I was getting into at the time, and I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a coach, right? And one of the things that I love to do is help consult and help other entrepreneurs figure out what they want to create, what they want to do. So here's this deck that I have right here. And it's not only the Manifest Being Seen deck by Chris Ann that does the Light Seer Tarot, right? Not many people know, but that she does this deck called the Sacred Creators deck, where it's geared towards, this is actually one of her first decks that she had on her website before it was mass produced. And just from this deck, consecrating it with it, connecting with it, and always knowing that I want it to guide me to make the right decisions for business and life choices, as well as like when I'm not speaking up, or show me the right direction and guidance towards this area of my life, towards entrepreneurship, towards using my gift to create something for other people. And so in that, like, Adam, what are you, so let me get to it then. This is what you do. Because the housing came after, the boxes came afterwards, right? So when I got home, I lit my sage, I lit my Palo Santo. I wasn't using the Ascended Masters candle yet for most of them, but ever since all the new ones that don't have boxes, I've used the Ascended Masters candle with it, right? To consecrate length. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna want to get your decks and you're gonna light your sage or your Palo Santo. Where's my, one sec. Right, sorry. You're gonna light your sage, you're gonna light your Palo Santo, and you're gonna, as they come up, you're gonna pray. You're gonna connect at your altar wherever you're at. A sacred space doesn't have to be at your altar. It could be down at the river, out with nature, in the moment of where you're at, when you're about to buy them. Whatever is sacred to you, whatever is in your max power of intention. Intention is key here. Intention is where it's at. All right? So in having the Ascended Masters candle lit now and being at my altar, I'm connecting with the deck. I'm talking in my head with myself of like, what's going on? Like, how am I doing this? And just, having connection in my head of appreciation of this deck, right? And then kind of talking to the deck. Hey, how's it going? Or, welcome. I hope you like it here. I hope you like it with the collection or with the others. I hope you work well with them. Like wanting to be welcome to the deck, like you're welcoming a new animal or a new friend in. Especially someone that might be shy, right? Especially someone that might be shy. Imagine this group of little babies being transferred away from its original creator or origin, and they might be scared or just use your imagination in connecting with the personality of the deck. Because I got asked also is like, how do you come up with the names? How do you connect with their personalities or what they're going to be for? And it's in this process of connecting with the deck during ceremony. So now, as you could see, I have, the sage and the Palo Santo going. And so, for instance, I will connect with the deck. I will hold it and I will pray over it. I will connect with my light that emanates within me to wash over it, to be imbued with it, for it to wash away any negative effects that it might have gathered on transport towards me, right? To me, on its journey to me, but not to wash away the pureness of the intention that the creator had with it, right? Not to fully some people just like to throw the book away. Cool, great, awesome. I don't even pay attention to the book, but I like to have some kind of respect towards the whole creation of the item. Right? At some point, it was in the mind of someone that didn't know how many people it was going to affect, right? And so it's also it's with also that is connecting with the intention. So you notice that all the deck is in order. I like to keep it in order until I'm ready for the first shuffle. And I'm not ready until the first shuffle until I like to do something like this. I like to go over with the first card after praying over it is look at each card, the image on each card, and just take it in. Wash it over the smoke individually of the sage and Palo Santo and place it down. And do the next one. And just hold it. Look at it. Connect to whatever feelings that might come up for you on first instance, because it's going to lock into when you read later on. And it might come up with different examples and new meanings later on as well, but we're going to lock in with the first instance. And so in that, after we do that first initial run through, pay attention to each one and how it makes you feel. And after that, after going that run through, kind of like speed through it and connect with the one that is your yes card. The one that's going to be yes no matter what. If it comes up in any kind of reading, it's a yes, like boom, yes, over everything, yes. Precautions and all that stuff, yes. And then you're going to choose your no card. Your no card, that probably will just be, it cancels the whole reading. It's no, and that's it. Those are the two things that I like to connect with. What's my yes card and what's my no card. And then after that, after holding on with your deck, after holding on and connecting with it and vibing with it and feeling it, and see what kind of voice it has. See what kind of feeling it's speaking to you in. Right? See, is it a feminine voice? Is it a masculine voice? Is it a calm voice? Let your imagination work. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of your imagination. And so in letting your imagination work, you take your first instance. I'll probably do another video on intuition, because this is really where it comes into following your intuition right now. This is that part, right? And so for me, when I got a Mo, like I knew already, like I felt a southernness, I felt this gentleness, this old vibrance, like a 18th century energy. How do you get that from a fucking deck of cards? My imagination said so. But her personality, my intention said so. But the personality has come through. It has been like on point with a lot of readings. You've seen some of her readings. And as well with SOS. SOS comes in like Secrets of the Soul. It was just scanning over the book and I saw that phrase in there. I'm like, that's perfect. What do you think of that? And it kind of like got happy, like a little wiggle. Like, yeah, that feels good. And then we got Archie right here. And it was that way with the new ones that are coming in and the new ones that I'm sharing with you. So when I say consecrate, and that's what I mean. I mean connecting with it, understanding with it, seeing the personality that comes with it, right? And then always, holding appreciation with it, always holding that welcome energy, always holding that door open, that it could connect with the other decks and that the other decks will want to welcome with it. Sometimes decks won't work with each other. Luckily I haven't had no like decks that not wanting to work with each other, because personalities matter. So I feel sometimes some of them are getting jealous because they haven't got their box yet, but I'm working on it, right? And so each one has its personality. Each one can help us tell us a different thing. Like for me, like Osho over here is for kind of like outside perspectives of what's going on. Like if it comes to if I bring it in, it's because it's coming to the reading, not having anything else involved with the other cards. It's just saying what it's looking at. It's just going to give an outside perspective. Oh, this is what I see. That's it, and walk away. Right? Sometimes we just need that outside perspective from nobody that's involved. And so there's the differences in personalities that come in. Some of them I might need to, like, I don't really have that with Sacred Creators deck. I don't have a personality that has come through because that wasn't in my mindset. I wasn't affluent in reading yet when I got Sacred Creators or Good Tarot. I just started doing it again. But since I have been putting myself more and more in the energy of reading, like knowing and feeling like these energies or these personalities are coming through, and how these personalities of the decks and what they're ascertained to, what they regard to, is on point, because they are staying within their personality. They're staying within their realm of expertise of what they know, of what they're connecting to, right? As well as being able to be collaborative. Do we understand? Do we get that? Is that not to sound like that, but does it kind of vibe with you in how that goes with each other? And so yeah, so this is my collection. This is a little bit of it, and this is what I wanted to share with you, is how to connect with your deck, how, and the many ways that you come up with, because it's really about the way that you could order whatever book you want on Amazon, and any good person, any good mentor, any good person that you're looking for with advice in this realm of divination, it's always going to be follow your intuition, develop your intuition, connect with the thing that comes first to your mind. It's always going to be around that realm. Like I'm always going to encourage your instincts over my method, really. So because also, like, what do you see? Sometimes I will ask, what do you see when you see this picture? Because it's also about what you feel, because a lot of the time, like, I'm just going into a tangent. I'm going into a tangent. But yeah, so that's it. I'm going to end it right there, right? Connecting with your deck. I hope you guys, this was helpful. If you guys have any other questions, leave them in the comments down below. I will be happy to answer them. There's a link in there called Responda. I have the Oracle that helps you connect with me if you guys want to. If you guys choose to, you don't have to. Comments are awesome, but this helps you make sure that your response is guaranteed, and nice little surprises from engaging in that way. There's a little fee attached to that. My actual fee for that is $5. And whatever the agency adds on to that. I just like being transparent about those things, because I just want to make availability, let them know that there's accessibility to me other than just buying a full reading from me. That I want to engage with you guys, I want to be here with you guys, and I want to share as much as I can about this and how it could help you. And not just about coaching. I mean, not just about card reading, but in coaching as well, and coaching aspects and coaching understandings of some of the stuff that we, perplex ourselves with. Could I use that word for that? I think so. All right. But that's it, guys. All right. That's it for today on this topic. And I'll see you guys on any of the other things that I do, like Coffee with Cards or just late night streaming for late night readings. And yeah. And also, if there's anything else that you would want to know, anything that you would want, kind of like some tips or pointers or some ideas that you want to hear about or my take on it, let me know. All right. I'm all open for it. All right. I'll see you guys. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. And again, appreciate what you appreciate, because it appreciates. I'll see you guys later.